Yes, fight fans, welcome. It's Red Corners Boxing's league prediction time. It's League Two. It's 8 o'clock, and yes, it's an invasion by the Scottish football shirts tonight. Proudly wearing St Mirren is your host, Mr. Neutral, and there is an absolute classic, ladies and gentlemen. Big Rye with the 1978 edition. And what a World
The
Cup.
last time they were in a World Cup.
That was probably the last World Cup that a British team actually did any good. Right.
Does Scotland have football teams, yeah?
Don't you start 20. It's bad enough for this joker from Southampton. No, I'm only joking, mate. It's absolute pleasure to have all you back on again. Thanks for coming through. We are into fight week 9. You're over halfway. Just to let you guys know, this program is sponsored by our good partners, easystorage.com. For all your local nationwide needs, please give them a shout. The link is in the bio. Yes, thanks very much. We're back. It's fight week 9 for you guys, and we got 14 fights we want to get through ASAP. Let's go. Right, fight 1 is the WBC interim fight between Christian Mbelli of France. He's 30-year-old orthodox, 28 wins, 23 inside the distance. He is unbeaten. And he's up against Maciej Silecki of Poland, 36-year-old orthodox, 33 wins, 13 inside the distance to 3 defeats. Christian Mbelli was last out in August last year with a 10-round unanimous decision over Derevchenko for the WBC Continental belt, while Silecki was last out in February this year with a TKO in the 10th round against Ali Akhmedov for the vacant WBC silver belt. Interesting start, gentlemen. I'm going to come to the fight. The actual league leader, Big Rye. You've led from start to finish. You're in a magnificent shirt. You're going to show these guys. You're going to show these guys at the end of the season a Scottish winner. You've got a couple of you've got a bit of a lead now, 30 points over Rick. Lee's starting to fall away. That was predicted. He's getting chased by Ash and Jack. I'm only joking. 20, my man. We've had a couple of weeks, although I'm 43 points behind you, mate, yeah, you're going to come back strong. I can tell it. But I'll come to you, right, in the pub. What are we saying for Mbelli and Silecki?
First things first, I know I'm winning the league, but the guys need to realise that Scotland is good at one thing, and one thing only, fucking bottling it. So you can catch me, it doesn't matter. I can be first the whole league, I will fucking lose it the last fight. That's what we do. That's what the Scottish do.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit, right?
Well, let's hope they need a knockout.
Self-deprecating humour is my thing. For this fight, I'm going to go for an Mbelli KO, TKO. I think most people will, to be honest.
TKO. Thank you, Ryan. Welcome, NB Rec. How you doing, big man?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Rick, you're doing really well. You're doing really well. You've been climbing the league steadily. You're now in second place. You've overtaken Lee Brown, the big man from No Smoke.
For now.
He'll be coming back strong. I know what Lee's going to, because he sent me his predictions. I just want to see if he actually remembers them. So before Lee comes into it, Rick, can you tell me what your prediction is for Mbelli and Silecki?
So I've gone for Mbelli TKO.
Mbelli TKO. Now, Lee, what are you saying?
Yeah, I've gone the same as those guys.
You did? I'll confirm that as the knockout. Great stuff. Ash is not here. I'll get his later. Jack Hughes, he's in camp at the minute. He has gone for an Mbelli knockout. 20, you're next. Another strong week coming up. Let's do it, big man. What are you saying?
Yeah, I'm going for the Mbelli TKO as well.
Mbelli by TKO. No one is giving Silecki any hope in here. I have to say, it is across the board a knockout scenario for Christian Mbelli. Right, Moving on, second fight. It's Stephen Butler, 29-year-old Canadian Orthodox, with 35 wins, 29 inside the distance, the 5 defeats, the 1 draw. He's up against Jose de Jesus Messias, 33-year-old Mexican, 29 wins, 15 inside the distance, 13 defeats though, and 4 draws. Butler was last out in November of last year. The first round TKO win over Fernando Farias. Messias was also out in November last year with a 4th round TKO win over Fernando Alvarez. What we seeing on that one, right?
Do you know what? This is probably the second hardest fight for me to call. I mean, Butler has also already lost to Messias, but Messias he's got a cracking chin, but Butler's KO percentage is amazing. But I'm going for a Butler KO. I've got a feeling he's the hometown guy, he's the home advantage. I think Butler is going to knock him out. But my first instinct was Messias to win by decision. But yeah, Butler KO, TKO.
Butler KO. Right, got you. Right.
So I've gone for a Butler UD.
Butler UD. Great stuff. Lee,
I went for Butler knockout.
you did. I can confirm. Ash is not here. Jack has gone for a majority decision for Messias. Right. 20, what are you saying?
Oh, I wish I went for that.
I'm going for a Butler unanimous decision.
A Butler unanimous decision. And Mr. Neutral, although I'm in last place, I've got to get some points back. I'm going for Messias majority decision. Me and Jack Hughes are out in a limb there. Right, let's move on to a heavyweight bout. And this is Aslan Makhmadov for the 36-year-old Russian Orthodox. He's got 19 wins, 18 inside the distance with the 2 defeats. He's up against Ricardo Brown, a 35-year-old Jamaican Orthodox, 12 wins, 11 inside the distance, and he's unbeaten. As we know, Makhmadov was out in August last year with that 8th round TKO loss to Guido Vianello in Quebec. Ricardo Brown was out in October with an 8th round UD win over Adam Kalacic, who he had down in the 8th round. Back to you, Rai. Makhmadov Brown.
Again, this is another one I was quite torn on. Obviously, the obvious money is Makhmadov KO. But Brown, I mean, Makhmadov is impressive for 5 fights against nobody's eye, big absolute brute. And my gut says Brown will knock him out. But do you know what? I'm going for Makhmadov KO. TKO.
Makhmadov knockout. Thank you, mate. Well, over to you now, Rick.
Yeah, I've got Makhmadov KO as well.
Makhmadov KO. Thank you, Lee.
That's 3 out of 3.
It certainly is. Jack Hughes has gone for a knockout for Makhmadov. 20. Is it across the board so far?
Everyone is.
No,
Okay,
I'm going Ricardo Brown TKO.
Oh, 20, that'll get you some points to try and catch me up, mate. That'll catch me up, buddy.
Oh, do you know what? Makhmadov, he looks shite against Vianello.
That's the thing.
He's been knocked out twice now in the last 2 fights. I think it's going to be a hat trick. I'm with 20. I'm going for a knockout for Ricardo Brown with his 93% knockout rate.
Aye, see, that's why my gut was going for Brown. I think that'll be an interesting fight, by the way. That'll be a good fight.
I've picked some good ones this week. Another good one now is for Zach Cherry, 27-year-old British Orthodox, 15 wins, 7 inside the distance, 3 defeats, 1 draw. He's up against Adam Heppel, 32-year-old British guy, 5 wins, 1 inside the distance, 2 defeats. Cherry was last out in August last year with Callum Simpson. He lost by unanimous decision for the British Commonwealth title. Heppel, he was last out in February with a 6-round points win over Harry Matthews. Right, back to you, Rai.
Jelly KO TKO. That's all.
Kelly KO. Thank you, mate. Rick,
I've got exactly the same.
you have indeed. Lee,
I like Zach Kelly, but he doesn't stop too many opponents. So, I'm expecting a performance like he did against Anthony. Was it Anthony Sims Jr. He thought?
yes.
Yeah, it was a brilliant performance, but he hasn't quite got back to that yet. But I'm expecting a good performance. It's for the English title on Friday, right?
It is indeed,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I'm going to go Kelly UD.
Jelly, you do. Thank you, mate. Jack has gone for a knockout for Jelly. There's 3 of you gone for it. 20, what you say, mate?
Yeah, I agree with Lee. I'm going to go with the Chelly UD. I don't think he'll stop
Jelly,
him.
UD. I also believe that is going to be a scenario. UD. Right, let's move on to a second heavyweight bout, and that's the return of Deontay Wilder. He's the 41-year-old American Orthodox, 43 wins, 42 inside the distance, with the 4 defeats and the 1 draw. He's up against Terrell Herndon, United States, 24 wins, 15 inside the distance, with the 5 defeats. Deontay Wilder, as you all know, was out in June last year with that TKO loss to Zhilei Zhang, whilst Herndon was out in May last year with a split decision 6-round points win over Rudy Silvas. Rise, this guy been set up for a big knockout?
Yes, simple as that. Yes. You already know that's it. You know it's going to be a Wilder KO.
Good stuff. Right, Rick,
Absolutely. Wilder KO.
thanks very much. Lee, I know you've gone for a KO as well.
Yeah.
Jack has gone for a KO. 20.
Yeah, I think if it has been someone just a little bit better, I probably would have gone against him because, he's just looked awful in his last couple of fights. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go Wilder TKO. I think I don't like it, but
I know.
Wilder's looked awful in a lot of fights.
He hasn't looked like he's had that finishing punch in the last few fights.
Yeah, that's the difference in the last few years.
Yeah. Obviously, this guy was not obviously, if you know, you know. He used to be a sparring partner of Deontay Wilder. And some few good stories come out, but he's
Jerry
always lasted the course, apparently. So on that premise alone, apart from the fact I think Wilder's power has betrayed him in recent fights, I'd go for a UD win for Deontay Wilder.
That's a good
Right.
call.
Let's go for the next fight, and that's the WBC Cruiser interim title fight between John Pascal, the 42-year-old Canadian Orthodox with 37 wins, 21 inside the distance, 7 defeats and the 1 draw, and his opponent is Michael Sislak. The Polish 36-year-old Orthodox with 27 wins, 21 inside the distance, 2 defeats. Pascal was last out in September last year with a 10th round knockout win over Terry Osias to claim the WBO NABO vacant title. Seslak was last out in October. He also had a TKO win over Felix Ferreira, which was his 6th straight knockout to become European champion. I think this is a cracking fight. Right?
I'm going for a Sislak KO TKO. I think there's going to be a lot of KOs over the weekend. I'm going for it.
One.
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got quite a few. Yep.
Right, Rick, what are you saying, mate?
I've gone for Pascal UD.
Pascal UD got some terrific fights under his belt. Lee?
I'll go for Killslap KO.
You did indeed. Thanks, mate. Jack, dead. A UD win as well for Pascal. 20.
Yeah, I was hoping everyone was going to go for Pascal here. I thought this was going to be my little point jumper, but no, I'm going to go with Sislak TKO.
Seslak for his seventh
Great.
straight knockout.
Great minds, mate. Great minds.
I absolutely think this is a split decision, and I'm going for Pascal. I think the two can knock each other out. I just think it'd be too close for that. That's just me. But look, let's go to another cruiserweight bout. That's between Marcus Brown, Sir Marcus Brown, as his nickname is, Southpaw, United States. 25 wins, 16 inside the distance, 2 defeats. His opponent is Olan Renaju Duradola from Nigeria. He's 44 and he's an Orthodox. With an impressive record of 50 wins, 44 by way of knockout, and 10 defeats. Marcus Brown was out in August of 2023 with a 10-round UD win over Adrian Taylor, while Duradola was out more recently in March with a first-round knockout of Simon Ula Winra for his 7th straight win. I think this is another difficult one. Back to you, right?
I don't. I think Brown will knock him out. Put 20 quid on it. Brown
Right.
KO, TKO.
Thanks, mate. Rick?
Yeah, again, I've gone exactly the same. Brown KO.
Good to see you. Good to see Lee. I know you're going slightly different here.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to back him because he spells his name Brown with an E on the end like me. So got to back him. But I think it goes the distance. So I've gone Brown UD.
Good shout, good shout. Jack has gone for a knockout as well, or for Marcus Brown. 20.
Yeah, I was just a bit worried about him being out for so long, but I am going to go with a Brown TKO.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. Duradola is durable. Watched him in a couple of fights on YouTube. Yeah, so I'm going for a Brown UD. I know he's been out a long time. I don't think that knockout power is just going to come back to him like that. But I think it'll take time. Right, moving on. Back to Britain. Super flyweight title fight between Alfie Clegg. Did I see title fight? It's not a title fight. It's Alfie Clegg, 25-year-old Brit guy, 11 wins, only 2 inside the distance. He is unbeaten and with the 1 draw. Last out in February with a 6-round points win over Sebastian Castillo. His opponent is Jonas. Sorry, right. You just mute that, mate. That's it. Jonas Erastus, Namibia, 26. 9 wins, 2 inside the distance. He's unbeaten. He's going up in weight, though. He was last out in December last year with a UD win over 10 rounds against Jonathan Kashita for the Namibian flyweight title. So back you, Rye. Is Alfie Clegg going to be victorious on home ground?
Yeah, Clegg UD. Clegg UD.
Clegg UD, thank you, mate. Rick?
Absolutely, I've gone the same. Clegg UD.
Clegg UD. Lee?
I've gone Clegg, but time to start rolling the dice a bit. So I've gone majority decision.
Majority decision. Jack has gone for a Clegg knockout. He sees the faith in his man. 20.
Yeah, I'm going for a Clegg UD.
Clegg UD. Thanks, 20. And I'm also going for a Clegg UD. All right, let's move on. This is a light heavyweight fight between Shakan Peters of Great Britain, 35-year-old Orthodox, 20 wins, 7 inside the distance, and the 2 defeats. Bradley Rhea, 27, Orthodox, 20 wins, 10 inside the distance, the 1 defeat. Peters was last out in February with a 2nd round TKO win over Badahir Kalami. Meanwhile, Bradley Rhea was last out in November last year with a 4th round knockout win over Adam Heppel, who's fighting Zach Jerry. How do you see this one going, Rye?
I'm going for a Rhea UD.
Rhea UD. Thank you, mate. Rick?
I've actually gone for Peters UD.
Hitters, UD. Thanks, mate. Lee?
I think this is a really, really good fight. I think it could be a bit of a war. I'm going for Rhea via split decision.
Rhea split decision. Thank you. Jack has gone for UD4. Hitters, 20.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Lee again. I'm going to go with a Rhea split decision. Like I say, it's going to be a great fight, I think.
Yeah, some of these are going to be great fights. And in League One earlier, it's absolutely one of those weeks that's going to split everyone up, and everyone's going to start moving up or moving down tables this week, no doubt. Yeah, this is really, really, really difficult. I'm going to edge it the Pettis by split. I think Bradley's going to make it a really hell of a fight, but I think Pettis is really confident, and he was on one of my mates' channels this week getting interviewed, and yeah, so showing a bit of support that way. If I can't decide one way or the other, right? Not one of my more memorable picks. This one, gentlemen. This is Gemma Richardson in the super lightweight fight, where between her and Teresa Davrakova of Czech Republic. Gemma Richardson's had the one fight at 23 years of age, and she won on points over 6 rounds against Angelica Orles in March. Her opponent, the 28-year-old Orthodox, with 4 wins, 1 inside the distance, but she's been beaten 11 times. Last out in December, where she lost on points to Lily Winch, I think, who's unbeaten. I think it's Winch. Or Lynch.
I don't know where you find some of these fucking fights.
I know, mate. I don't know where I found that one from. So I threw a red herring in. Just to really confuse you. But back to you, Ryan. What do you think? Richardson, Davroka.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fighting outside the pub in 20 minutes. But anyway, I'm going for Richardson UD because it's a fight I've been fed to another fight. I don't know anything about it.
Right. Just to let you guys know, it's the referee's counting it. It's a points win. So
Right, Richardson.
Right, Richardson points. Thanks, mate. Rick?
Yeah, I've gone exactly the same. Richardson.
Richardson points. Lee, I know you've done the same. You said you did points.
Right.
Jack's the same. That's points as well. 20?
Yeah, Richardson points. Not going to be anything else, is it? It's not going to stop her. Not enough time.
I know it's a terrible pick, mate.
The world will stop to watch.
yeah. Gemma Richardson's going to get so much viewership. Big up Red Corner Boxing, Gemma. You know we were looking out for you. Right, let's get back to a slightly more well-known fight. This is for the WBO and the WBA cruiserweight titles between Zogdo Ramirez.
Fucking trust all fans to know that fight.
Yes.
Fucking, you could predict that, Morgan.
Gilberto Ramirez, 34-year-old Mexican southpaw, 47 wins, 30 inside the distance with the 1 defeat. He's up against Junior Dorticos of Cuba, who's an orthodox, 27 wins, 25 inside the distance, and 2 defeats. Ramirez was last out in November with a 12-round UD win over Chris Billum-Smith, as we all sadly know. Dorticos, however, he was last out in August last year with a first-round knockout over Alan Camper, who'd only lost to Bridis and Gassiev before him. So take that into account when you're making your predictions, gentlemen. A bit late to be giving you that information, but you should know it. Ramirez, Dorticos, big ride. And giving me mad.
Do you know what I'm going for? Even though he's not known as a KO artist at Cruiser, I think Ramirez is going to actually make a statement and KO. So I'm going for a Ramirez KO.
Ramirez KO. Thank you, mate. I'm just about to say that Scotland shot's giving me pure memories. Right, let's move on to Rick.
I've gone for Ramirez, unanimous decision.
Ramirez, unanimous decision. Lee?
Zado UD.
Zoddo UD, that's confirmed. And Jack Hughes has gone for split decision for Dorticus. He believes Dorticus will win 2 judges. What do you see, 20?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a Ramirez unanimous decision and hope that he calls the right fighter out at the end of the fight.
Oh, guys, this is going to make you win the league, by the way. Oh, you're all going for a decision. Oh.
I actually do have to agree with Big Ray. I think Chris Billham-Smith has got a granite chin, which would have probably knocked out many a boxer before him. So I'm going for a Ramirez knockout in this one, gentlemen. Right, with 3 fights left to go, let's still go to the next one. And it's Raul Curiel of Mexico, 29-year-old welterweight orthodox, 15 wins, 13 inside the distance. He's unbeaten with the 1 draw. He's up against Victor Rodriguez from Uruguay. He's 29 orthodox, 16 wins, 9 inside the distance. He's also unbeaten, and he's got a draw. Someone's always got to go. Curiel was last out in December with a majority decision draw over 12 rounds versus Alexis Roca. Rodriguez was last out in March with a TKO win in the 3rd round over Alberto Mosquera. Back to you, Rai.
I've not followed either guy closely, but on paper it could be a good fight. But I'm going to go for a Curiel KO TKO. No, another KO.
Curiel KO. Thank you. Rick?
Oh, again, I've gone against him. So I've gone a Curiel UD.
Curiel UD. Lee?
It could be either of those, but Curiel should knock him out. Whether he will or not, I don't know, but I'm going to go for the knockout. That's what he should be able to do.
Thanks very much, mate. Lee knockout. Jack is also going for a Curiel knockout. What are you saying, 20?
Once again, I find myself agreeing with everything Lee says. I'm going for a Curiel TKO.
Curiel TKO. If used to start coming up the league, that'll be interesting.
You guys are just copying me. I went to school. You're copying.
I set neutral my predictions yesterday, to be fair.
He did. And I have to testify to that, even though you are a countryman. I would normally back you in any situation. Right, let's move on. Oh, sorry, I haven't given you mine. No one's showing love for Rodriguez at all on this. So I'm not going to either. It's a knockout for Curiel. Right, let's go to one of my favourite boxers before his father gets involved. And that's a lightweight bout between Floyd Schofield Jr., 22-year-old American, orthodox, 18 wins, 12 inside the distance. He's unbeaten. He's up against Tevin Farmer, 34-year-old southpaw for America, 33 wins, 8 inside the distance, 8 defeats to 1 draw. Schofield was out in November last year. With that 12th round, UD went over Teles Giron. Meanwhile, Tevin Farmer was out in March where he lost by majority decision to William Zepeda for the WBC interim belt. Back to you, Big Rai. Is it going to be Schofield moving on or Farmer? Can he claim some? I don't know.
You know what? I like Farmer. I've always liked him. He's a really tough guy. But I'm going to have to go for a Schofield UD. I think we'll just take him deep waters. Yeah.
Thank you, Rai. Rick, what do you see in this fight?
I have absolutely no idea, if I'm being honest. But going back and forth, I've actually gone with a Schofield majority decision.
I can see the sense in that. Good pick. Lee?
Another different one again, but I've gone Schofield split decision.
Schofield split. This is what I mean. Is the margins are fine here, gentlemen. Jack has got it. A split decision win for Tevin Farmer. What are you saying, 20?
I'm gonna have to disagree with Lee this time, just so that if any teachers are watching, they don't think I'm copying. I'm going with a Schofield unanimous decision.
Schofield by UD. Thank you, 20.
You're copying me again. Stop copying me, man. Come on.
He knows the blueprint. Right, I'm going for a Schofield knockout. I believe this boy's got real good power. I think Therese Geron. I was calling for him to be tested why he wasn't actually flat on his back. I think he was on drugs that night. Can't be proven. It's only allegedly. Red Corner Boxing hold no responsibility for Mr. Neutral's views and opinions. Right, let's move on to the final fight of the week, Fight Week 9. And I hate to do it to you again, gentlemen, but Jake Paul.
Why?
on the
Why
line.
pick it? Why didn't you just
I
leave it
just
out?
Yeah,
I just
why?
love to see
Why?
the faces. I love to see the faces of disappointment live on air with Red Corner Boxing. Look at them faces, ladies and gentlemen. They're absolutely gutted that Jake Paul is being classed as a boxer first and foremost, and he's in the prediction league. My goodness, Jake Paul, if you could give it all up tomorrow, you've made a Red Corner Boxing Prediction League, if nothing else happened in your boxing career. But look, I've got to get a prediction off you guys. And I'm going to start with Big Rye. Jake Paul.
I hate how I'm
Right.
first here. This isn't fair. Why?
That's the pitfalls of being the leader for 9 weeks.
Neutral, you know how much I despise this guy even outside boxing. I fucking hate him. And it breaks my heart to say what I'm going to say.
Go
I mean, I said 2 weeks ago. I said 2 weeks ago on this on the podcast. Why is Chavez so low odds? We need this. I thought obviously against the Silva, an MMA fighter, he was absolutely shot. He's murder. He's got substance abuse problems. Blah 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 blah. But come on, we're all praying the boxer fucking knocks him out. And I pray that. I hope I'm not a religious man, but I hope that. But I've still got a fucking Jake Paul fucking KO on my card here. I feel dirty.
It makes no sense to me, but what you
Do you know
think
what?
is what you think.
I feel terrible because I fucking hate the guy. That passion.
Do you know what? This is what I live for in Red Corner Boxing, is to feel the look at that face. That is a picture. Right.
Yeah, I'm going for a Jake Paul KO. TKO.
Oh, yeah.
Jake Paul, UD.
Jake Paul, UD. Just move that mic a bit, right?
Sorry, mate, sorry.
Sounds like a party going on in Scotland there in Rise local. Lee, what do you see at Jake Paul Chavez?
I fucking don't care.
Another look at that face, ladies and gentlemen. It's wonderful.
I don't fucking care. Jake Paul, UD, whatever.
Jack Hughes has declined to be here tonight for this very reason, I'm sure. He's gone for a knockout for Jake Paul. Can you imagine the anguish that he would have had on his face saying that? 20. I'm not going to, prolong the agony here. What are you going to say about Jake Paul?
Yeah. I was gonna just sit out of this one and say avoid me from the fight. I don't want to think. But every week since I've done a pick, I've always thrown one of these in there. So I thought this is the perfect fight to throw it in. A draw.
You are.
Do you know what? Can I change my mind? To make it interesting?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
Too late.
You've declared it, mate. This is not poker. This is poker. You can't ask for your money back when you've lost your hand. Sorry, mate. 20, you did. 20. What are you saying again? I got so distracted by Rise. Please.
A draw.
You went draw.
You went a draw. Sorry, you did indeed.
Even though Jake Paul will probably get battered, and then they'll just give it a draw, so he hasn't got a loss.
Do you know what? It's one of them. I can see the sense in it now that you've said it. Rematch. Netflix. Oh God. I'm going to draw as well.
Yeah!
Yeah, baby. I'll lose my 10 points, otherwise my appearance points. I don't care. And by the way, I get 10 points every week. Right, gentlemen, that has been brilliant. Brilliant show. Thanks for coming on, all of you, giving me and Red Corner Boxing your valuable time, whether it be work or social. That was Fight Week 9. Good luck this week, gents, and the weekend coming for all what you're doing with your content and everything else going on in your lives. Red Corner Boxing sponsored by EasyStorage.com for all your local nationwide needs. Check them out in the bio. And again, want to appreciate every single one of you. We'll see you next week for updates and scores and Fight Week 10. Goodbye for now.
Cheers, guys.